Remembering Salmon Fishing. Written and drawn by Yayoi Yokouchi. Presented by Nagomi, the Care for Heart Center of the wider Soso region. This is Izumida River that flows through the town of Namie in Fukushima Prefecture. This is where fish traps and breeding facilities for salmon, called yanaba, used to operate. However, no one lives by this scenic river anymore. On March the 11th, 2011, huge earthquakes and tsunamis hit Tokyo Electric Power Company's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, leading to its fallout. Those who lived in towns near the plant had to evacuate and could no longer return. In August 2014, I came across people from the town of Namie gathered together for tea. People were worried about an elderly man named Kawamoto-san, who seemed depressed and was not talking much. However, when it came to a certain topic, he started talking energetically with a radiant smile. It was not only Kawamoto-san. The others also started talking cheerfully. They were talking about the Salmon Festival. We had a karaoke party. We cooked salmon soup for 1,000 people and served it for free. Everyone was so happy. We worked so hard as the Women's Association. We also had salmon grabbing competitions. Children enjoyed the salmon grabbing competition. They had to work together, since an adult salmon could grow over 2 feet in length and 12 pounds in weight and could not be grabbed alone. At the Salmon Festival, those in the Women's Association enjoyed making and selling pumpkin dumplings. Salmon that were emptied of its eggs were handed out to neighbors and those who lived inland. The best part was dragnet fishing. All of us in the fishing cooperative caught salmon that came upstream with a net, pull them up together, and show them to tourists. Kawamoto-san had been a central figure of this dragnet fishing. Many people came together, and it was very lively. They all looked back fondly. Japanese people love salmon and salmon roe. Salmon is an important aquatic resource. Salmon fishing in the Izumida River is carried out to assist with the breeding of salmon. One female salmon lay around 2,500 eggs. However, only a very small portion of them is able to hatch and become fully grown in the natural environment. The rest falls prey to bigger fish and birds while still an egg or a small fish. In order to increase the catch, people breed salmon from egg to young fish. They would catch salmon with a trap called yana, take out the salmon raw, and artificially inseminate them. After a while, eyeballs start appearing inside the fertilized eggs. Then, small baby fish are born, still carrying a part of its egg as nutrients on their body. They are raised artificially until they finally gain the appearance of salmon. Suddenly, Kawamoto-san started wondering in a gloomy tone. I wonder what happened to the salmon we released. Will they return this year? I still see dreams of water splashing out of the broken pipe. When the huge earthquake hit, it destroyed the pipes that were sending fresh water from upstream to the water tanks, raising the baby fish. There were tens of thousands of fish in the tanks, and without fresh water, they would soon run out of oxygen and die out. What should we do? Kawamoto-san and his colleagues immediately released all of the baby salmon into the river. These baby salmon still had to spend time upstream to become acquainted with the smell and taste of its water before they could venture out into the ocean. Kawamoto-san released them, hoping that some of them might survive the tsunamis that were to come. Once in the ocean, the salmon ride the current and travel all the way to the Aleutian Island chain between Russia and Alaska. This area is a nutritious part of the northern Pacific, where salmons could feed on plenty of krill and plankton. They spent 3 years there to become fully grown. Around the 4th year, somehow the salmons start feeling homesick. I hear my mom's voice. I don't know why, but I feel like she's calling me. I want to go back home to that river. All the salmons that were scattered across the wide ocean start gathering. They ride the current and head home together. That summer, when I met Kawamoto-san, it was exactly the 4th year since the disaster. Would those salmon return? This was preoccupying Kawamoto-san's mind. I want to go and see if those salmon return, Kawamoto-san said. I would like to go as well, the others followed. Caught in the conversation, I found myself also saying, I would love to join too. Please take me as well. We went to see the salmon at the end of October. We had to acquire a special permit to enter the town of Namie. This was because exposure to high dose of radiation could harm our health. Kawamoto-san received permission to enter the town to clean his house. He took me with him on his car. This is a drawing of the town of Odaka that I saw on the way. The black bags contain radioactive soil from decontamination work. Arrived at Namie, nothing had changed here since the disaster. Ships were still stranded in the rice paddies. Blocks of large debris were scattered, and cars were turned over. It was as if time had stopped since that day. This is the Yanaba of the Izumida River Fishing Cooperative. It was also left as it was on the day of the disaster, and no one else could be seen. Kawamoto-san looked into the river, but could not find any salmon. They are not here. Let's go and check out that bridge. We went to Ukedo Ohashi, the bridge where people from Namie used to come look for salmon. There they are. They are back. The salmon were swimming in large groups. White splashes could be seen offshore, and seagulls were flying above. There must be a group of salmon there too. On our way back, Kawamoto-san seemed relieved and energetic. But the facilities to raise salmon were still broken, and the riverbeds were not cleaned. He was worried whether the salmon could still lay eggs and whether the newborn babies could safely return to the ocean. Kawamoto-san invited me to go and see the river again in March, when the baby salmon start heading to the ocean. In late March 2015, we went to Izumida River again. It was just the day when Kawamoto-san's house, which was hit by the tsunami, was being demolished. Could the baby salmon be seen in the river? Since they were so tiny, we could not see them swimming. But the river was flowing beautifully, carrying the spring air. This is a scene I envision in my heart. The young salmon are heading to the ocean together. Hopefully someday many of them would return to this river.